the system that checks healthcare AI before it hurts someone. Imagine a doctor, a biotech executive, or an investor asking AI a question. What does this clinical trial mean? Is this drug safe? Did the FDA change anything? Is this company ahead of us? Should we invest, file, pause, or move? The AI gives an answer. It sounds brilliant. It sounds confident. It cites studies. It gives numbers. It looks ready for the boardroom. But here is the problem. What if it made it up? Not because it is evil, because that is what AI can do. It can hallucinate. It can invent a citation. It can misread a trial. It can miss a safety warning. It can summarize old data like it is current. It can turn a fake medical claim into something that sounds official. In most industries, that creates embarrassment. In healthcare, that creates exposure. A bad AI answer in healthcare can become a wrong clinical decision, a failed drug program, a regulatory delay, a bad investment, a lawsuit, a patient harmed, a board asking, who verified this before we acted on it? That is the crisis AimwellBio is built to solve. AimwellBio is not a chatbot. It is not a search engine. It is not another dashboard. AimwellBio is a decision integrity engine for healthcare and biopharma. That means it checks intelligence before people make serious decisions with it. It watches the world of healthcare in real time. FDA updates, clinical trials, patents, adverse event reports, regulatory changes, medical literature, competitor moves, market signals, and contributor datasets. Then it turns that noise into verified intelligence. Not guesses, not pretty summaries, not trust me AI, verified intelligence. AimwellBio's system is built around one simple question. Can we prove this before someone acts on it? If the answer is yes, Aimwell shows the source. If the answer is weak, Aimwell flags it. If the answer cannot be proven, Aimwell does not pretend. That is the line between normal AI and AimwellBio. Normal AI gives an answer. AimwellBio challenges the answer. Normal AI gives speed. AimwellBio gives speed with accountability. Normal AI can hallucinate. AimwellBio is built to contain hallucination before it reaches the people making decisions. And this is where the market gets very serious. Because healthcare is entering the AI era, whether people are ready or not. Doctors are using AI, researchers are using AI, executives are using AI, investors are using AI, regulatory teams are using AI. The question is no longer whether AI will enter healthcare, it already has. The question is, who is verifying it before it influences decisions involving patients, capital, and regulation? That is the AimwellBio opportunity. AimwellBio gives healthcare organizations a system that does 7 critical things. First, it ingests global signals. That means it watches sources like clinical trial databases, FDA and international regulatory bodies, PubMed, SEC filings, patents, conference abstracts, and news. Second, it normalizes the information. It cleans the noise, connects the names, maps the timelines, removes duplicates, and builds structure. Third, it validates truth. It checks claims against multiple sources and weights stronger sources higher. A regulator matters more than a random article. A primary source matters more than an AI guess. Fourth, it contains hallucinations. If an AI-generated claim has no source, Aimwell catches it, downgrades it, blocks it, or flags it before it gets treated like fact. Fifth, it scores risk and signal strength. Not all information matters equally. Aimwell helps users know what is urgent, what is strategic, and what is background noise. Sixth, it delivers decision-ready outputs. Executives get briefings, regulators get memos, business development teams get competitor alerts. Healthcare professionals get source-backed updates that help them stay ahead. Seventh, it builds memory. This is one of the most important parts. Most companies forget. A senior scientist leaves, A regulatory expert leaves. A strategy leader leaves. The context disappears into emails, folders, and old meeting notes. AimwellBio captures institutional memory. So the organization does not start from zero every time someone walks out the door. That is not just software, that is a moat. Because once Aimwell is inside an organization, every verified answer, every correction, every decision, every signal, every reviewed claim becomes part of that organization's intelligence memory. The system gets more valuable the longer it runs. That is why this is not a feature market. This is infrastructure. Now let's talk about FIN. FIN stands for Federated Health Intelligence Network. This is AimwellBio's deeper advantage. FIN is the verified contributor network underneath the intelligence system. Researchers, clinicians, scientists, institutions, and qualified contributors can submit curated, de-identified datasets with metadata, methodology, and quality controls. Those datasets are reviewed, they are scored, they are credited, and if accepted, they help strengthen the intelligence layer that powers AimwellBio. Think of FHIN like a high-trust intelligence network for healthcare. The internet is full of medical noise. FHIN is designed to become a verified signal layer. That matters because healthcare AI is only as strong as the evidence beneath it. If the data is weak, the AI is weak. If the sources are dirty, the output is dirty. If the intelligence is stale, decisions become dangerous. FHIN helps solve that by creating a network of verified contributors and quality-scored datasets. For contributors, it gives recognition, credits, visibility, and a way for valuable research data to live beyond a PDF appendix. For AimwellBio, it creates a compounding data advantage. For healthcare organizations, it creates stronger intelligence. For investors, it creates the moat. Because competitors can copy a dashboard, they can copy a landing page, they can copy AI language. They cannot easily copy a trusted network of verified contributors, quality-scored datasets, institutional memory, source chains, and decision workflows already embedded into healthcare organizations. That is the difference. AimwellBio's moat is not one thing. It is the combination of 5 things. 1. Hallucination containment. The system is built to catch unverified AI claims before they influence decisions. 2. Signal monitoring. It watches regulatory, clinical, market, patent, and competitor signals continuously. 3. Source-backed intelligence. Every serious claim needs a trail back to evidence. 4. Institutional memory. The system compounds inside the organization over time. 5. FHIN, a verified contributor network that strengthens the intelligence base and makes the platform harder to replicate. Now here is why healthcare professionals need this. A healthcare professional does not have time to monitor every FDA change, every trial update, every adverse event signal, every supplier issue, every protocol change, and every competitor move. But the risk still lands on them. If they use an AI-generated clinical brief, who challenged it? If they rely on a protocol summary, who checked the source? If they recommend a compound, who verified regulatory status? If a supplier has a recall or warning, who caught it before it entered the practice? If an adverse event pattern is emerging, who sees it before it becomes obvious? AimwellBio gives professionals a validation layer. A chiropractor working with peptides can monitor compound status and safety signals. A functional medicine clinic can verify protocol combinations and contraindications. A dental practice can monitor supplier and material risk. A pharmacist can track formulary and drug safety changes. A biotech scientist can watch patents, filings, clinical trials, and competitor movement. This is not about replacing professionals, it is about protecting them. Because the next standard of care may not simply be what you knew, it may become what you could have known. That is the legal pressure. That is the boardroom pressure. That is the investor pressure. That is the practitioner pressure. The dangerous sentence is, our people will review it. That sounds responsible, but it is not enough. AI can generate too much information too quickly. Fake citations can look real. A human reviewer can miss what a machine-generated verification system is designed to catch. And without an audit trail, no one can prove what was checked, who checked it, or why a decision was made. Human review without infrastructure can become the illusion of safety. AimwellBio is the infrastructure. Now for investors, here is the clean thesis. The world is not going to use less AI in healthcare. It is going to use more. Every hospital, biotech company, pharma team, investment fund, and health system will want AI speed. But they cannot afford AI hallucination. So the market will need a trust layer. That is AimwellBio. AimwellBio sits at the intersection of healthcare AI, regulatory intelligence, risk management, clinical decision support, biopharma strategy, and institutional memory. That is not a small wedge. That is the decision layer. And the company that owns the decision layer does not just sell software. It becomes part of how organizations decide what is true. That is why this matters. The winners in healthcare AI will not simply be the companies with the most data. They will be the companies with the most trusted intelligence. The market does not need another AI that sounds smart. The market needs a system that can say, this is verified.
This is weak.